Welcome back, or perhaps welcome to, for the first time, Car Finds the Full Story. Today, we have a build that is very different, and as you may know, I like things that are very different, so today is absolutely going to be an awesome video for you. Let's go check in and see this Oldsmobile that we found at Grid Life.
My name is Cody Smith. This is my 85 Oldsmobile Cutlass that I run in Grid Life Time Attack, and I also do autocross and hill climb events with it as well. Been racing for about, this is about the end of my 4th year now. I originally got this car in 2018 after losing another one in a house fire, and then decided that I wanted to build this one, and I'd been thinking about doing big road course kind of stuff for a few years before that, and I just decided that, hey, if I'm going to do this, I need to get out there and actually do it. So I ended up going to my first track day on stock suspension on this car, and it's basically been an ever-evolving chassis since then, where it took me about 3 years before I actually went to 2 events with the same setup. Otherwise, I was constantly changing things. You know, as I improved as a driver, I'd find something that I didn't like about the car, and then I'd change that. And it's just been an ever-evolving process to now it's got a completely custom front suspension on it because I chopped it all off last winter and partially tube framed the front. I've done the roll cage in it. I've done all the chassis setup. Basically, anything on this car is everything that I've touched. I've researched and worked on it and decided how to move forward with it. And it's just a lot of, okay, well, I'm going to try this and see what works. If it works, cool, we move on to the next thing. And even at this point, I was kind of hoping to move on to another chassis for this winter, but it's gotten to the point where already this year, even with all the changes I made, I have a big long list of things that I know I can do different and improve upon even for next year. Obviously, this is not a Honda S2000 or an FRS or a Honda Civic or something that's a normal track car. It doesn't need to be. I mean, I race this because these are the cars that I'm passionate about. This car is number 4 that I've owned in my life. And actually, there's one for sale in town where I live at right now, and I really don't know whether I'm trying to talk myself into or out of buying it. So, this is an Oldsmobile Cutlass, and it's still powered by an Oldsmobile engine. I don't know how many people come up and ask the LS, and it's like, nope, and everybody's like, yes, that it's not an LS. But I mean, it took me 2 years to figure out how to keep a camshaft in it because it was not getting enough oil to the thrust surface on the block, and it was wearing into the block and then taking out distributor gears, and I had to figure out how to fix the oiling issues on that because nobody else does this with one of these. I mean, drag racing guys run high RPM, but they're doing it for a few seconds at a time. Meanwhile, at Blackhawk earlier this year, I took a data log out on track, and it was, during a 20-minute session, there was a portion of it where for 13 minutes straight, it didn't come below like 3,200 RPM. I mean, that's more time above 3,000 than a drag race will do in multiple seasons. So it was really a learning curve about how to make this live, and now I've run this engine pretty much the way it is for 4 years. I haven't even opened it up in 2 years now. Wow. And so, I mean, it's now a super reliable engine, and I'm only now looking at, I'll add more horsepower for next year. I got another engine I'm working on, but otherwise it's been constant just learning myself as a driver and then working on the suspension constantly about, okay, what is it doing? What do I think is the fix? And then what can I build or make or do to be able to do that on a budget? Because this is, while I do have a lot of money in this at this point, it was spread out over 4 years. You know, I don't have the ability to just write a check and throw like Detroit Speed or Ride Tech's like full kit on it kind of a thing.
Well, guys, what do you think about the Oldsmobile at Grid Life? I think it's absolutely amazing. I love having something that is so different from everybody else and just coming out and having fun. That's what the car community is all about, is having fun with our builds, and I think it's awesome. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this car, and while you're down there, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. As always, I love you guys. Have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you guys next time.